Well, if you were logging off for the night or thinking today was done in regards to Call of Duty, you'd be wrong. In fact, I was actually just about to post another video for today in which I checked Twitter, saw Infinity Ward tweeted patch notes, and was audibly confused checking the time of everything. But tonight we got a surprise update in which we got a few things changed across Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. So what's new? We're breaking it down here in this one, so as we go along, drop your thoughts below. What do you guys think of this update? Any good changes you really like? Bad? What are the case? Let me know your thoughts down below. But if you enjoyed the video, you find it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to stay updated with all things Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, and anything COD related. We're chasing down 600,000 subscribers now, so if you'd like to join the community, I'd love to have you. And finally, make sure to check out my friends over at GamerAdvantage for the best blue light glasses on the market, with some incredible holiday sales coming up, linked below. But for now, let's take a look at the changes made in the surprise update 1.11 for Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. So, sizing, firstly starting out with that, this might actually come as a surprise, but the size of this update is actually pretty small by comparison, less than a gigabyte in fact, or at least that's what I saw from my PlayStation and PC versions of the game. So normally when you think about an update, if you're somebody that's like, it's gonna be 10, 15, 20 and up gigabytes, it's gonna take forever to download, this one shouldn't be too bad. It's something that you can probably breeze through and you can jump right back into the game after a reinstall and copying on PlayStation and just a download on PC and Xbox. Now, what actually changed here? Firstly, one of the big things that was a sort of marquee item with this is the first of hopefully maybe many UI changes in which this actually affects the camo selection and categories. Now, with this, we now have the ability to not only quickly navigate different camo collections or categories, like you can quickly jump from spray paint, you can jump from woodland, you can then jump to digital. All the overall categories now have quick access to jump between them by simply hitting your bumpers as opposed to having to navigate through every single camo that's on offer. Additionally, you have now the ability to show or hide your locked camos. So if you just want to be able to select the stuff that you have unlocked and not have to go past stuff that is still locked behind whatever criteria it is, you can now do that. You can toggle that so that you only see the camos available to you, in which it makes that selection process even a little quicker. So honestly, I'm a huge fan of these changes. The only thing that I would say to go above and beyond here that I would love to see next is some sort of favorites camo, something that you can mark maybe 5 to 10 camos that are your favorites, and then you can toggle those so you can just quickly jump from selecting a weapon and then placing that camo on top of it, so you don't have to navigate really at all. But that's kind of just a wishful thing here. It's not necessarily needed, but these first two changes out of this update, definitely really liking this one here with this. And we'll come back to talk about camos in a little bit here, just because there is some progression stuff that was fixed out. But beyond that, we end up seeing a change to armor, or rather I should say armor piercing ammunition. This is a change that was probably made fundamentally because there was a bug with the one-shot potential to marksman rifles with the armor piercing ammunition that allowed that to extend to any damage range, no matter what. You had the chance to one-shot enemies, no matter how far away they were, where you hit them on the body, it was a one-shot. So that was a bug that I'm assuming is the catalyst for this change, but it removed the damage multiplier against armored opponents. Now, beyond that, we saw some bug fixes and everything like that going into the Modern Warfare side and continuing further. The first of which is they fixed an issue with audio occlusion and directional audio. If I were to guess, this is referencing a change that was made a couple of days ago in which we saw an inadvertent adjustment that increased the footstep audio, making it way louder after the update with Season 1, but it was then since reverted back to pre-patch levels where it was back to air quote normal. So I'm assuming that's what that's referencing. But beyond that, we saw a fix to an issue causing unlocks in Gunsmith to not track properly. We saw an issue that was fixed that prevented the correct number of Battle Pass tokens from appearing on the Battle Pass menu. A kind of big one here if you're keeping track of everything you're gonna end up earning. There was a fix to an issue that prevented some players from launching the game due to GPU compatibility and some driver issues that would come along with that. It fixed an issue causing platinum camo unlock requirements to display as incorrectly saying it was locked, even though you ended up already unlocking it. That's something that I came across actually at one point recently where I was like, wait a second, I have this done already. Why is this saying it's locked? So that's been fixed out if you noticed that as well. It also fixed an issue causing the incorrect weapon to appear in the player showcase. That was something that all players for some reason after the Season 1 update had their showcase weapon as M4s. Whether they chose to select that or not, that's what was displayed. Now, there's a various number of other things here that were fixed out. We'll leave the link down there in the description below to the full patch notes, but that's the stuff that a lot of people seem to have been experiencing. Some other stuff I had no idea wasn't even an issue. So you may be in that same boat, more so just minor issues that were fixed out. But One final big one here is that they addressed an issue with dev errors in private matches, and they're still going to continue monitoring to improve stability for the game overall. And that's something that we do have to note is something they're keeping an eye on across the board. While it was fixed out with private matches, I'm still crashing a lot. You're probably still crashing a lot. That's something that will be ironed out here over the coming days to weeks. Now, jumping over to the Warzone 2 side of things, we firstly saw on a functional level, the buy station inventory actually be adjusted slightly. They removed both the counter UAV and the tactical camera. So if you're somebody that likes to use those, unfortunately, you will not be able to. The counter UAV, I could absolutely see having some purpose here for this. I personally never picked one up, but I totally understand why. The tactical camera, though, is one that is it's very situational. I can't say that'd be on my list of things to pick up, but again, if you used it, those are now temporarily disabled or potentially permanently. They didn't really specify. They also adjusted a visual upgrade to the contract activation phone in Battle Royale, but beyond that, a lot of this came down to other bug fixes. They fixed an issue preventing some players from hearing others via proximity chat. They fixed an issue preventing stickers earned via DMZ extractions from appearing on weapons. Those, if you earned those, they just would straight up be invisible. You'd use the slot, but you wouldn't actually be able to see them at all. In Battle Royale, they fixed an issue causing players to skip the down state and immediately perish despite having a team member still alive, and that is a huge change here. Finally happy to see that fixed out. That was one of the big problems with Warzone since the launch here in this first week. Glad to see that now remedied. And they fixed an issue causing the after action report from appearing correctly after a match. So that should be ironed out as well. There's a bunch of other smaller things within DMZ, and again, a couple of other things within Battle Royale adjusted, but for the most part, that was the update we ended up getting in a nutshell. Again, like we mentioned, a much smaller update in size, and it really does show here. A lot of the stuff, honestly, I kind of thought would have been able to be pushed via hotfix and playlist update, but apparently not. Again, that's my ignorance to game dev on that level of things, but that's something that, again, smaller update, smaller changes, but again, I really like some of the ones that were the sort of marquee things here. The fact that we ended up getting some of those big bug changes fixed, like skipping the down state and dying immediately. I like the new feature of the new camo UI adjustments and stuff like that. So there's honestly some really cool stuff here, even though it is a smaller update overall. So that said, that is what we're going to call it. So let me know your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of this update? Do you like it? Do you think there's some good changes? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts below. But before we wrap everything up, again, a reminder, check out my friends over at GamerAdvantage. I live and die by these guys. As a creator who's working at my desk for long periods of time a day, 10 plus hours a day sometimes, eye fatigue, strain, and the effects of blue light have been something that I've been fighting with for years now. So having tried just about every pair you could find on Amazon, GamerAdvantage is head and shoulders above quite literally any of those. They're the most comfortable, lightweight, and durable frames on the market and that I've used personally. Their lenses are clinically proven and they can absolutely help you out too. So if you're working at a monitor, gaming a ton, or even just looking at your phone for prolonged periods of time a day, these are absolutely for you. This week, they're kicking off some incredible deals, so keep your eyes peeled. We'll have a few more shout outs here to come, but make sure you check them out if you're interested and head on over to the link in the description below. If you want to pick something up, code Espresso gets you 10% off normally, but with the stacked site-wide discounts coming up, upwards of 50% off in the coming days at some points. We'll keep you posted on those, but make sure you at least check them out. Again, that's what we're going to call it though, so let me know your thoughts down below. If you enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, and anything COD related. We'll keep it up to date with it, but for now, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.